But Trevor Bauer, and you remember last season, relatively early in the season.
Yeah, he wound up basically his whole season got blown up. He started with the Dodgers, and remember, he was great out the gate.
They signed him to the huge contract.
Yep, he was the highest paid player last season, Chris,
right,
of anybody. He had the highest contract.
Wow. And, a woman he had dated, that's using that term loosely.
Loosely, like hooked up with?
Right.
How about hooked up with?
Met on Instagram or social media somewhere, and they agreed to have rough sex, and she accused him of going too far, and she had all types of bruises.
And you remember, she didn't go to the police. She went to the hospital with her injuries, and they reported it. You remember that the hospital has to report those things to the police when somebody comes in that condition.
Right.
So,
now here's the deal, Rob. Trevor Bauer. There's been a long, obviously, investigation into this, and here's the ruling. Trevor Bauer will not be criminally charged by Los Angeles prosecutors, and that's according to the L.A. County District Attorney's Office. All right, there's a couple of statements, Rob, that we want to read. MLB is still investigating Bauer. They said the investigation is ongoing, and they won't comment right now, but once they have it, I guess, finished, they'll comment at the appropriate time. Trevor Bauer, Rob, said this. He wants to be crystal clear about a few things. He says, I never punched this woman in the face. I never punched her in the vagina. And this is going to be graphic, so we're just letting you know. I never scratched her face. I never had anal sex with her or sodomized her in any way. These were things they accused him of doing. He said, I never assaulted her in any way at any time. And while we did have consensual rough sex, the disturbing acts and conduct that she described simply did not occur. And let me close with this, Rob. The judge from the L.A. Superior Court, and it was a woman, she said this: the injuries as shown in the photographs are terrible. But if she, meaning the woman that Bauer was with, set limits and he exceeded them, this case would have been clear. But she set limits without considering all the consequences. And by limits, they talked beforehand about what they're going to do and what he could do and could not do and what was too far and all that. And the judge says, and the respondent did not exceed limits, meaning Bauer, that the petitioner set. So she says he didn't go too far according to what they had agreed upon doing. So now, Rob, the question is, what do you think the future holds for Trevor Bauer as far as his baseball career?
I do not believe he will ever pitch for the Los Angeles Dodgers again. I think there'll be a number of ball clubs, Chris, who will not want him back or have him wear their uniform. I do believe he'll get an opportunity with somebody, but I think it'll all be based off of ownership and what they look at. And when you can't unsee those pictures, and even if it was agreed upon, I think the problem with Trevor Bauer, and that's why he can go and say none of this ever happened, and it was. I mean, he has to say that he's trying to like get his life back.
So you don't believe him?
No, I don't. Okay, I don't. And I think what the issue is once people see how you get down, Chris, even though it's your own life and your own bedroom and your own situation, I think it changes how people look at you. And even though you didn't do anything criminally wrong, still doesn't matter. You still could say to yourself, this isn't the kind of guy I want to wear my team's uniform or be a part of my organization, because the covers were pulled back. What people do in their own bedrooms, right, for the most part, people are cool with it because you don't know. But as soon as you see it,
a lot of people aren't cool with it.
No.
There's a lot of people doing things in bedrooms that a lot of people don't like.
But I'm talking about what you've seen, and like you know that he was into rough sex, and here's a woman who had to go to the hospital. I'm talking about that. Not. I'm talking about something that I can see. I can see for myself, and I think that's where there will be some teams, not all, Chris, not all. Somebody will give him a chance, but I don't believe the Dodgers will take him back.
I don't know what the Dodgers will do. I can't speak to them. But I do think, like you said, I think he will be able to play Major League Baseball again. And look, as a Christian, and that's well known, even in our introduction, I have learned to divorce my personal feelings and morals from whether it's athletes, entertainers, whoever I'm covering. Okay, so there's a lot of guys that have lifestyles that I don't agree with. And this would be one of them with Trevor Bauer. But I've learned that I don't judge them by that. I may not like it personally, but if they're not a criminal, and if what the judge just said he didn't do, he's not going to be criminally charged. So I think
It
he
doesn't matter
should be
that.
able to play.
Oh, I'm not saying that.
If he can go work at a 7-Eleven, then why can't he go play baseball?
Because if I own the team, there's still certain moral things that.
So can I hold up? Can I say I don't want this type of? I might not like that a dude commits adultery.
Yes, you can if that's your business. If you own a business,
I
Chris,
could, but if I want to be fair, then if I'm not going to judge this guy, then I'm not going to hold that against this guy.
It happens all the time.
If Ray Rice,
oh wait a minute, O.J. Simpson, what was found not guilty.
Right.
Not guilty in the criminal case, right?
Right.
Okay. But that's not how people have held the standards.
He's out in society doing whatever he wants.
No, I know, but that's not how people treat him.
Is he out in society? How you know he's being treated? Have you hung out with him?
No, Chris, come on.
I'm asking you.
No, I have not.
O.J. Simpson is out living his life.
There are a lot of people. No, he ain't living his life.
Really? He's on Twitter with tons of followers. He's doing videos.
He ain't living his life.
Now, a lot of people don't like him.
He ain't going.
People think he murdered somebody.
Okay, but no.
People think he murdered somebody.
But he was exonerated in the court. That's what I'm just like Trevor Bauer.
Whatever. Look.
He was exonerated.
Listen,
my point is
Rob,
that there are people who don't like him.
Murder.
No.
Murder's not different than what Trevor Bauer did.
I'm talking about being exonerated in court, Chris.
No, I'm asking you. You brought up the extreme.
O.J. Simpson was found not guilty, and people don't treat him like he's not guilty. Trevor Bauer was just found not guilty, and guess what? There will be people who won't treat him the same way before this incident, and that's all I'm saying.
But there will also be people that put him on their baseball team.
Right, but I'm saying there'll be teams that'll say, I don't want to touch him.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Okay, that's my point.
And you brought up murder. That's different.
He was exonerated. He's not a murderer.
Do you think he killed a woman?
That's not the point. I'm talking about the court of law.
You're not going to answer the question?
I'm not going to answer the question.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
I think Trevor Bauer did that.
Okay.
But he was exonerated in court. I got to accept that.
People think O.J. Simpson murdered a woman. Trevor Bauer, whatever happened between them, I don't agree with, but it's not murder. It's a difference. There's degrees of wrongdoing. And so you comparing somebody that most people or a lot of people think killed somebody to this is apples and oranges.
He was exonerated in court. He was exonerated, Chris. That's my point. No.
Okay,
Trevor Bauer was just exonerated. My only point is,
I get your point.
They don't treat you. You
keep repeating your point.
Do they treat O.J. Simpson the same way before the case as they do now?
Some people do, some people don't.
Most people don't treat him the same way. He's not at the swanky clubs. He's not hanging out with the people used to.
Are you telling me?
What was the last movie he was in?
Golly, can a brother get a word in edgewise? Are you telling me there's no difference between murder
that's not what I said.
And ugly, rough sex?
That's not what I said.
No, but stop bringing up O.J. Simpson.
No.
Because it's totally different. It has nothing to do with this. It's apples and oranges.
No, it ain't.
It is.
He was exonerated.
People still think he killed somebody.
And there'll be people who still think Trevor Bauer beat this woman senseless.
That's fine. But all I'm saying is there will be other people that have him play on their team.
I didn't say that he wouldn't play again, Chris.
And here's the
other
other
thing. I don't believe the Dodgers will allow him to wear their uniform.
That's one team.
That's fine. I'm just saying.
Okay, so what? Fine. But there'll be other teams that pick him up. There's teams with dudes that have beaten up women that have served time for that.
Chris, there are no pictures of that. There are no pictures.
Hold on, let me ask you
Just
this.
like Ray Rice.
Ray Rice couldn't play anymore.
No, but it doesn't matter.
I guarantee you, if Ray Rice could still play football at that point, he would have winded up on the team. You saw fans in Baltimore that were wanting Ray Rice back. If Ray Rice was still in his prime and great, he would have been able to be on a football team. I wouldn't have agreed with it, but he would have been able to be on a football team.
Yeah, on some teams, but not all. I agree, because every owner has a different moral fiber and on whether or not they accept something like that.
But I'm not even going to say that an owner who had this dude on their team doesn't have any morals.
I didn't say that. I just said everybody has a different barometer of what they will accept and what they won't. And some people won't accept the beating of a woman in that degree. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he had a female judge that exonerated him.
That doesn't mean that's fine.
What does that doesn't mean?
Just because she's female, what does that mean?
That has I'm sure because she's female, her seeing those pictures, she's female.
Sometimes
it's like if you're black, it means something different.
No, because sometimes women are tougher on other women, and black people are tougher on other black people.
And sometimes they're not.
Well, sometimes they are.
And sometimes they're not.
I've seen it happen.
All right. 10 minutes of me putting Rob in his place. We're going to let you talk now. 877.
I'm just getting started. Are you kidding me?
877-996.
Is OJ here at Radio Row? OJ, come on up. You were exonerated. Come on up. You're good. Chris said you cool.
No, I ain't say I'm cool with him, but I see his little things on Twitter, and he look like he on the golf course every day. Some people hanging with him.